Hi everyone, it's Hatsy and I'm back with another Create a Sim in The Sims 4, and this is part of the Women Around the World thing that I'm doing. So hopefully I'm going to be doing it every Wednesday just because that kind of has a bit of a ring to it and I really like that. And it's a Wednesday while starting it, so why not? So the last one that I did was Diwali Festival Inspired, I think that's how it's pronounced. And that is a festival of lights. So a lot of you requested that I carried on with this and did some like more speed edits. And I'm actually looking into, like right now, making merchandise out of the speed edits and making like mugs and t-shirts because I've had like so many requests too. So I'm like building up the amount that I'm doing and then I'm going to share them. I don't think this one's going to be one just because I don't think this is one of my best. I don't know. But in terms of like other stuff, you will see the witch, the autumn couple, and maybe the Diwali festival inspired women. But there'll be a few on there, so just watch out for those. Anyway, this sim is Romanian inspired. So I got the idea to do this sim through from Kat, who is Romanian, and she sent me some pictures. So thank you so much because they were really helpful. And I did do like quite a little bit of edits to the sim just to make her resemble the photographs more because I really liked them. I did base a lot of her looks off somebody that I know personally, so I think that's quite like a good way to do it as well, because sometimes when you do put things into Google it will come up with famous actors, actresses, etc. and you know, a lot of the time the same people get used, like overly used again and again and again. So her outfit, I was having like such a tough time with this because honestly like there was nothing that matched the pictures that I got through. So the photos that I got was like a long skirt and then it was sort of like a white top but flowy that went with like crisscross patterns, like almost cross stitching, something like that. It looked amazing, but we don't have anything like that. So I really had to make do. And what I did in the end is I did edit the outfit to look like it did in the pictures. So I think you can clearly see by the end where the inspiration came from. And I do personally think like it's as accurate as I could have done something like this. It was tough though. And yeah, so anyway, I've made 3 of these so far. I'm sorry if my voice is going, by the way. It was a rough night last night. I stayed up to about 3 AM editing videos, so there we go, you know? It's hard. Oh, and also you'll notice that a lot of her outfits, other than the first selection, are quite modernized. I wanted to do that. That was like a popular suggestion. Just have like one very sort of traditional formal outfit for the first option, and then maybe go a little bit off and do something else for the next ones. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I have 3 sims that I've made prior to this, and I shared some pictures with my friend Kay last night and I was like, hey, like what do you think? Which one should I post? And she said, well, this one's my favourite. So this is the one I'm posting, and I will be bringing out the others. So that's good though, because I've got pre-recorded videos for the next few weeks. But don't be shocked if you don't see them like including any pets content just in this series, just because I've already made them, you know? But I did it because I was in such a mood to do it. And that's the thing, like I'll go through phases. So like I'll go through a phase where I will only want to make one kind of video. And whether that's a build, whether it's a Create a Sim, whether it's a let's play. Oh my goodness, the other day I was in such a mood to to get my let's play sorted. But no, not yet. But it's gonna be coming up. As soon as Pets comes out, then I'm gonna be starting it, and that'll be good. So other than that, it's been like a really busy week. I know I'm talking about this over the Create a Sim, but wow, has my week been busy. It's because I've had like loads of videos that I've wanted to get out, especially for the pets embargo lift, or cats and dogs embargo lift. It was just like really important that I did it, but in order to do it, it meant that I had to stay up and I didn't get enough sleep, and like it's been mad. And then I shared my ghost story. Yeah, I know, but that took me a while because, you know, I kind of wanted to get that one right, and it's been weird actually, because you know, since I shared that story, I know that like not everyone's gonna want to hear this, but I swear to you, since I shared that story, I fell down the stairs. Like what? That's never happened in my house before. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, back to the speed edit. So I'm going to be sharing some of these, as I said, and they'll probably be on Society 6, I think. So I'll share some links on Twitter and maybe Instagram as well, like when I've kind of done a few more. But I also want to do a picture of like me and my friends, because I'm going to be making, this is really sad, but I'm going to make them a Christmas present. Yeah, I know. I want like the 4 of us or the 5 of us like all together on a keyboard mat, because I need a new keyboard mat. So it's going to be like, yeah, us, and then I'm just going to give it to them for Christmas. But I'll probably stick that on as well. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to want the same keyboard mat, but just in case it's there. So that'll be good. But I'll be working on stuff like that this week. Oh, I'll probably be working on artwork for my channel, because I've been wanting to redo my channel banner and my thumbnail, but it's not like a big deal for now. To be honest, like I want to focus on videos, like that's more important to me than artwork, because like how many times people see it, you know? Like not that much. So it's something as well that I want to get right. Like I want to have so much practice before I do it, just because I know if I don't, I will regret it, and I will say to myself, why didn't I get enough practice? Because like I could have made this really good. So I was editing the fact that she had a bit more of a what do you call it, like a lower top. That's what I wanted, because one of the pictures that got sent through to me was just gorgeous. So I'll probably insert it here if I can find it, because I'm not very good at finding things. I am terrible, but I'm learning, you know, I'm learning how to do more like body highlight, things like that, body contour, and that's a bit of a weird thing. I'm not going to get everything right just because I'm still very new to this, but the fact that I made a top, I made a top, like, I could not have done this a few months ago. I would have been awful at this, but no, I tried, like I really tried to kind of come out my comfort zone with this one, and I wanted to make sure it was like flowy and lovely, so that's what I did there. So the lady that I got really inspired by, she had like a kind of half a headscarf round her head, and it was really pretty with like loads of flowers over it. So I thought, actually, I like that a lot. So I want to kind of recreate it in The Sims 4. So that's what we're doing here. And I think it turned out okay, actually. I did struggle with the flowers at first. So I did edit a little part out, I think, where I did a bad job, and then I was like, nope, not happening. I'm going over that and redoing it. So that's what I did. And another thing as well, because I was really stupid, I didn't realize at this point that my pen, again, for the second time, wasn't like readjusted properly to what I was doing. So I think I only figured that out maybe a little bit into the speed edit. So sorry if that makes sense. So sometimes what will happen is like I will unplug and re-plug in my Wacom, which is the tool that I use to draw like this. But when I do, all the settings get deleted and I have to redo them all again. So I'm using like the very basic settings for it that I may as well do on a mouse. So that's not great, because it's not like kind of getting down the pen pressure, it's not sort of registering it. So that's really tough doing things like this, but I managed it. But I'm actually okay on a mouse. I explained this last time. That's the reason why I want to redo my channel art, because my channel art was done by a keyboard mouse. I know I keep saying it, but like, how? Like, tell me how. That's just so weird looking back. How did I do that on a keyboard mouse? I have no idea. I must have sat there for hours. I know I did. I sat there for like weeks, just with pure frustration on my face. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one actually. And I like how it turned out. I wasn't too happy with the background, if I'm honest. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But just finishing off on her eyes. So I did edit her eyes a little bit because she had custom content eyes on and they didn't really stand out like that much when it came to, you know, like making the speed edit. I wanted them to stand out a lot because I feel like a lot of people forget about brown eyes, honestly. Like, I think brown eyes can really stand out, like a lot. So that's why I kind of wanted to do that. Yeah. Anyway, this was when I started the backgrounds. The original idea was to do like a cross stitching kind of pattern on the bottom and then have some fields behind her or something like that. So that's actually what I went for. It was very unneat though, and not this bit, I don't think. But what happened was like, I didn't know how to pull off the idea because I'm not that advanced and I tried to do a very complicated background that I don't know how to do. I've never done before. So it was just like a learning curve, if I'm honest, but it was a good learning curve. And I'm happy that I tried it. And I will be doing more things like this in the future. But please bear with me. So there's a massive Particus out there because that took me a very long time to do. And we're just going on to the background now just because honestly, like, it wasn't even that interesting. You'd be sat there thinking, that was boring. Honestly, I was bored. I was like, can I just give up now? Can somebody just come in and just do this background for me? Yeah, it was tough. And I wasn't happy with where it was going, if I'm honest. Like, I tried to make these really cool fields behind it, but I just wasn't feeling it. So yeah, you'll see me change like a lot of stuff, but I think it looks okay by the end. You know, again, landscapes really aren't my thing at the moment, and I didn't want to spend hours and hours on it. Like, I really could have, and I could have gone into like every single detail. But honestly, like, this isn't my channel art. This is just a thumbnail. This isn't going to be the best thing I've ever created. It's just going to be a cool thumbnail, like women around the world. And to be fair, it still took me, what, like 5 or 6 hours to do? That is a long time to do. This was the longest one out of all of them. And I did change some of the colours, things like that. I think it looks alright by the end, and I was really happy with how it turned out. Maybe the landscaping could have been worked on a bit more. I've had like a few comments where it will say that the comment's constructive. It will be like, hey, this is just like constructive criticism, but I just really hate this. But like, it's not telling me how I can improve and like how I can kind of get better. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it if that was a thing, because then that kind of helps me know like where I'm going wrong, or like what I could do, or you know, if there's anywhere that I can really find out how to do this. Because at the moment, like, I'm just teaching myself. I'm not learning this from anywhere. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of the build, or create a sim, or speed edit. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see your future ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.